Hello, Christchurch friends and family. It's Pastor Ben here with your weekly update. I hope that you are well, and yes, spring is springing, and pollen is coming, and the temperatures are all over the place. Welcome to spring in North Carolina, right? But I do think that it is beautiful signal and sign of the world coming to life, and after a long, cold winter and snowy winter, what a gift to have this weather arriving. We are in the season of Lent. We're on our journey and making our way alongside Jesus towards Jerusalem. This Lent, our theme, 40 Acts of Kindness. And I hope you're finding fulfillment and changing the community and the larger world, the ripple out effect of kindness. This week in worship, we're going to hear about forgiveness and how forgiveness is both rooted in kindness and leads to kindness. And so I invite you to join us for worship. Also, I want to make sure that you haven't missed or hasn't been buried in some of the other busyness and activity of the life of the church and the start of Lent and all of that we are in the midst of our annual generosity campaign. A couple years ago, when we switched our fiscal year, we moved the generosity campaign from the fall to the spring, and we link it up with Lent. So you've been hearing some testimonies and worship, and you're going to hear more. You should be receiving in the mail soon and very soon a letter and an estimate of giving card. Thank you for your generosity over the years, and I invite you to be praying about your gift and the ways that your giving, will enable this community of faith to continue to live out the kindness, the image of Christ in the community and beyond. So please begin to pray about that. Commitment Sunday is going to be April 13th. That's our Passion Palms Sunday celebration, and you'll be invited to bring those estimate of giving cards forward. If you're not able to be with us in person that day, as soon as you get it in the mail, you can fill it out, you can fill it online, and we give thanks in advance already for your generosity. We've had a wonderful experience on Wednesdays from noon to 1:30 with Reverend Dr. Bill Lawrence for our Lenten lessons and lunch. The food's been great. The conversations about our social principles have been wonderful. It was great to have the Reverend Dr. Susan Henry Crow with us this past week. I hope that you will join us in the week ahead. Don't forget to make those lunch reservations if you plan to eat with us. On Saturday, April 5th, our United Women in Faith across the district are having a day of enrichment hosted here at Christchurch in Ascension Hall, and the women of the church are invited to that day of enrichment. I want to begin to unpack and unroll for you our Holy Week rhythm so that you can make those plans and preparations now. As I mentioned, Sunday, April 13th is Palm Passion Sunday. So we'll start with the loud shouts of Hosanna and the waving of the palms. Our children are invited to lead the parade of palms into the service. And then as we move through the service, it will pivot and turn to the Passion of Christ. You'll also be invited to make your estimate of giving, your commitment that day for the coming year. That afternoon, we'll have our Easter egg hunt, and we are still collecting candy, the kind that doesn't melt and can fit in Easter eggs, for our Easter egg hunt that afternoon. As we move into that next week, we will have Maundy Thursday. Last year, we tried a meal experience in Ascension Hall at 6 on Maundy Thursday. I would invite you to join us for that again this year. And then on Good Friday, which will be April 18th, we'll have our Stations of the Cross from noon to 1:30 in the sanctuary, and at 7 o'clock, our Tenebrae service in the sanctuary. Then on Easter Sunday morning, April 20th, our sunrise service at 7 up on the green, our 9 and 11 services in the sanctuary, and at 10 o'clock will also be up on the green. For those two services on the green, you're invited to bring your own chair. Those services will be relatively brief, so you could also stand, but I hope you're now beginning to think how you will experience Easter. I always think if you want to have the full experience of the power of resurrection, you walk through Palm Passion Sunday, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and so I invite you to think about how you'll join us for those services, and who you might invite to join you for celebrating that wonderful day of resurrection on Easter. A couple things as I'm wrapping up today. Don't forget, as we move into this weekend, it's the start of spring break for at least the Chapel Hill Carrboro City School System, so there will be no youth or confirmation activities this Sunday evening, March 30th. And then don't forget about Vacation Bible School registration. I heard from Pastor Lee that we've got about 10 to 11 spots left there, so if you haven't yet registered that child or grandchild or neighborhood kid, you're going to want to get on that for that wonderful week, June 23rd through the 27th. Our March Madness book drive has been wonderful. It's not too late yet to bring in those books or gift cards, and you can read more about that in today's e-blast. And then last, as I wrap up this morning, you may or may not be aware, but we currently are searching for 2 directors in the life of our church, staffing positions. First, Debbie Arena, our long-serving preschool director, has let us know she's retiring, so we're looking for a new preschool director. And beloved, that is a special position and takes a beautifully gifted person. And so if you know somebody who might be interested in this position or really good at it, I would encourage you, don't be shy. Talk to them. Have them at least call, talk with me, express some interest. We don't want to leave any stone unturned, so help us on that front. And similarly, we are looking for an after-school director. And so if you know somebody who has gifts and graces for that work, and it might fit the rhythm of their schedule, we'd love to talk to them as well. This congregation has such a passion for young children and their formation, and I'm so grateful for the ways this building and this facility fills up with children day in and day out. And these are 2 critical staffing positions that we want to be sure we find the person God is calling and gifting to help us in this work. So again, if you know somebody, we'd like to know them too and have some conversation. And thank you for your support of After School Sunday last week. It's not too late to send in those gifts, those monetary gifts, to support that ongoing mission and ministry. All right, that's enough looking at a screen. It's time to get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather. Take care, and we'll see you soon.